With the 30th anniversary of Toy Story here this year, a new movie coming next year, and more, thought I would do a more unconventional way of celebrating both. Here's a look at the Toy Story video game on Sega Genesis, which released the same year in 1995. The game was published by Disney Interactive and developed by both Traveler's Tales and Psygnosis. They're not as remembered as the console's games centered around Mickey, Aladdin, and the Lion King. It's a pretty fun platform game that does a good job of faithfully adapting a groundbreaking hit movie. My two-man track tier for a good licensed game. Doesn't even make a bad technical showpiece its own right, without the Sega CD32X even. So, let's open it up and get started. You play as Woody to get through a series of stages with 5 hit points and 4 lives, while more lives continues to earn. The first stage is fittingly right during Andy's birthday party, entitled That Old Army Game, using your string as a whip to stun wayward model planes and trains. You get Sarge and the other army men out of the bucket and the baby monitor down from the shelf so you can find out what exactly everyone got for the party. Of course, stage 2 is Red Alert. Everyone has to get put away before Andy comes. Ham, Rex, and Robot go in the chest. RC and Lug, the game calls Rocky for some reason, go into the bed, and you go on the bed, all within 150 seconds time. Stage 3 is where Buzz enters the stage, being the state-of-the-art action figure that fully believes on package bio. This leads to a race across the bedroom entitled Ego Check. Stage 4 is the Nightmare Buzz boss fight, and it's an interesting stage unique to the game that fits the overall title pretty well. Stage 5 is one I always found tricky as a kid, Buzz Clip. Here you have to use RC to bump into Buzz, and the hardest thing for lots of titles like to use that kind of steering is always to make the car go straight. The actual RC model I used to have was actually easier to steer, no lie. It took me decades to understand you could just tap the D-pad, not just hold it down. Also, there's no brakes, you need to push and release the gas in a very specific way while collecting extra batteries. Here, I'd like to mention the visual style actually does a good job of catching the movie's look, with the pre-rendered graphics showing the Genesis or Mega Drive for those who are across the pond watching this. Still had some miles left in the tank in a fall that had the Saturn and PlayStation 1 on the scene. Much like the movie, trying to nudge him behind the desk, but we knock him out the window by mistake. Stage 6 is Revenge of the Toys, where we need to escape after incurring Monster's wrath, and Rex is going to help us. I do like how the Etch-a-Sketch gives us mixed objectives in this game. Timing jumps are really tricky at times. I do like how it recognizes different amounts of hang time depending on whether you tap or hold down the button. Stage 7 is Run, Rex, Run. We're riding on his back as we're trying to run out the door. Remember what I said about timing jumps being tricky sometimes? This part is exactly the lie. Stage 8 is Buzz Battle, basically the game's take on the scrap at Dynaco before they got lost. It's actually a pretty decent challenge as boss battles go these days. After that, we hitch a ride to Pizza Plant in the delivery truck, the first of many appearances of that beloved Easter egg. I wonder what will show up in the next movie, or Hoppers for that matter. On to Stage 9, Food and Drink, disguised as a beverage, cup, and sandwich box respectively. We need to make our way across the arcade while avoiding falling entrees, drink cans, and kids chasing paper planes. Sure, lots of kids who bought their outfit in the same place, just with different shoes. Make it across, and we get a series of stages set with the crane machine. Stage 10, inside the claw machine. Always like game stages with all these moving parts to navigate around. Stage 11, really inside the claw machine, we had to find all the little green men. They weren't lying when they said this part was an intensely 3D experience. Stage 12 is the claw, who chooses who will go and who will stay. After Sid wins double prizes, we're on to Stage 13, his workbench. Make our way across, and we start hatching a plan to escape before Andy moves. With Stage 14, Battle of the Toys, we gain some new allies in the process. Stage 15, Roller Bob is how we make our escape. Rolling out on the skateboard and looting Sid's dog, Scud. Amazing how much things have advanced in 30 odd years. Comparing Scud to Julius the Cat in the 4th movie, or May May's panda form in Turning Red. to give a couple examples. Now, when it comes to stage 16, Daytona, insert Daytona USA soundbite here. I definitely like the early 3D approach to giving chase no see here. Think the original Mario Kart or the first few Road Rash games were played those. I certainly did. On stage 17, Light My Fire, insert Jim Morrison voice here. You still need to collect extra batteries to complete the stage. Red is a danger zone, green is all go. Last up is stage 18, Rocket Man, insert Elton John voice here, where we rocket back into Andy's hands through the sunroof of their car. The game ends just like the movie, their first Christmas in the new place. This game is actually quite a solid platformer. Much like the movie on which it's based, its quality has been secured over 3 full decades of innovation. The game was supported on Super Nintendo as well, it being the original movie actually tracks. 1995 had everything from Yoshi's Island to Chrono Trigger release. Here's on that system, both personal favorites of mine, and both ports on Genesis and SNES are worth checking out. I still maintain that I'm willing to give the next movie the benefit of the doubt. As someone always took the end of the last movie as goodbye for now, but not forever, I think the conversation you're proposing is worth having. Reminds me of the Toy Story That Time Forgot special on a larger scale. Let's just say for every final chapter, there's a new beginning where Jason lives. That's all for now. Take care.